Okay, so we're gonna test the streaming again. So I hope there's no issues. Oh my. Okay, so live streaming is currently piping hot right now. Okay, we seen the animations are pumping up apart. Oh my. Oh wow. Wait, this isn't a video? Hold a second. So we are okay. So people already did watching already. And yup, I'm actually okay. So I thought like the live was about to end, but actually it doesn't, and I'm accidentally like crashed the whole footage right now. So we got okay. So Creek is actually watching it here. E-top players. Oh my, the music's pumping this time. Okay. So people are actually watching and I'm accidentally delete the whole link off. Okay. Okay, so I'm already promoting right now. And okay, gonna keep continuing. Okay, bus legitly pumping right now in. So all of the public domain stuff are now gone. And it's really already starting already. Oh my god, there's actually a lot of people watching these 6,000 stars streaming 3 minutes ago. Never in my life I hear a voice. Okay, so we're gonna check the YouTube currently. I hope I'm accidentally not deleting it again. Oh, someone liking it. I thought people watching and they just liking it. Oh my god. Oh wow. Okay, so we go. Okay, 6 more minutes. Let's on the way in for the Hunt Mega Final. And the thumbnail somehow accidentally using the Hunt Mega Edition Final Showdown because you know, so I don't really know how to put the final on the edition because like it's a bit stacked right now. Oh Tiger. Like okay, you're gonna see and I can hear. Okay, so okay, so people are legitimately having a lot of reactions to it. It might be on Windows. Okay. The videos are seemingly smooth. The videos are smooth right currently. So we continue in. Okay. Everyone's spam I am Steve. People legit say I'm Steve because of the Minecraft movie, everyone. Alright. 4 minutes left. On the mark. Currently. The event will be started. After that, before the contestants will be showing like the Death Eagle and then someone and everybody clapping to it and basically all over again until they actually starting. Mega final Beaver GTA 6. J Party, Mimi, Wormcast, and me and you. There's only 3 horse. People think it's 4. It's 3. There are allegedly a lot of people with cat bursting yet. There are flints and steel. Is that basically Minecraft energy? Minecraft movie rate season meal. I am not high. You're not. Hey. Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to using photo camera. It was great, but I don't want to get bullied, so and you know, because of my own face, my face is sort of a bit of off that I'm actually not doing the face camera. Is the music about to end? Is the music about to end? No. Okay, it's actually charged right now. This 9-year-old laptop will dominate the game. I feel like most of the countries are releasing Minecraft movie in 4th of April, while Indonesia's official release was at 9th of April. 9th! 5 days late than the actual release. I don't know why this animation sort of in limbo again and again. Just 1 minute more. 1 minute. 1 minute more, everyone. Comrades. Okay. 1 minute, no way. 1 more minute. Technoblade never dies. Okay, it's already now. Sorry, 12 a.m. already. Times now. Here we go. Let's go. Okay, Roblox, where are you? It's already now already. Oh, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! So, T for teen. Just diverse content as the video game as minimal or mild representative of Roblox. Come on! And freaking 1 mega competition. Yo! Let's go! Every clue. Track. Oh, blade ball! That's the official Bleeble channel there. Like, pressure. UTG. Well, 10 players remain. Winner takes all. The Hunt Mega Final. That is it.
Hello, and
That is
welcome to the Mega Hunt Final. I'm your host, Jay Party, head of our global developer community and longtime host of all things Roblox. And joining me today are some awesome and very special guests. None other than the wonderful esports commentator and legend, Mimi Wormkratz, and video star, me and you. Or as I know him, just NU.
Thank you, Jay Party. I got lost and found my way here, but thanks for letting me stay.
Yeah, we're happy you stopped into the studio. Sure to make this awesome. Mimi, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I'm so excited to be here. We've gotten to see the contestants warming up and rehearsing for this one, and the stakes, I mean, they've just never been higher. $1 million on the line here, Jay Party.
That's right. You heard it here.
That's right, and I still can't believe that this is actually happening. Unreal.
Well, it is happening, folks,
Okay, so
and we'll be meeting our contestants shortly. But first, let's introduce some special friends that will be helping us today. I'm thrilled to introduce the Hunt Mega Final Correspondence Team. Coming to you live is going to be Dagichi Gamer and one of creators of RB Battles, Sabrina Bright. Let's go to them and see what's happening.
Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome. I don't know about you, Sabrina, but I am ready to go. Like really, I am ready to go. Like, if any of you want me to substitute for you, I will gladly step in for a chance to win $1 million.
The viewers
Same.
are
Keep us posted if we need to step in, Jay Party. Otherwise, we'll be here following all the action.
Thank you both for your generous offer, although today I think the contestants are ready to compete themselves. And throughout this competition, we're going to be checking in with this team to get their take on all of the action. Well, is it about that time, Mimi?
I think we're getting close, but first, we should meet our 10 contestants playing today.
All right, let's see who they are. Coming up first in maroon, we have the Deaf Eagle. They've been playing Roblox for 12 years, specializing in obbies.
And next up in red, we have Poke Dragon, 100,000. Their forte is puzzles, thanks to their 10 years of experience.
Our third contestant, hailing from New York City, is Shafe. He's been playing Roblox for 12 years with a focus on obbies and, more recently, on FPS games. Today, he'll be representing Orange.
Logically.
Coming up next, we've got Icicle, sporting the yellow attire. He has been mastering puzzles on Roblox
for 111
Looking good. And then we have Anonymous Lime in Lime Green, an expert in Sims with over 15 years under the belt.
Following that, we have Roby100. He's repping green today, and he's been on the platform for 13 years. Another expert in obbies.
All right, coming up in light blue, we have Doodadud, a 13-year Roblox veteran. Especially when it comes to the Find Those.
Dream Dive.
We have another obby expert here, Jay in blue, and has been playing for 9 years.
Our ninth contestant is none other than Mad Max. Today he's rocking black, and he's yet another one of our experts in the obbies.
And in gray, we have our final contestant, N Terrell. After 16 years of playing RPGs, they know how to win, but this is no ordinary competition.
I don't know, the slow mode is on. Okay, 10 sick players coming right up. They both using the challengers jersey and pass.
All right, folks, this is an incredible historic moment. After millions and millions of players have fought it out, today we have our final 10 live in-house to compete for this prize. I cannot wait to get things started. But before we do, let's bring out a very special guest. That's right, the one and only David Builderman Bazooki. Welcome to the set. Come on down.
Woo! David Daddy.
Oh, you brought something special. I brought something special for Jay Party, Mimi, and you.
Thank you so much for hosting today. Okay, so we set out to build something really special for our community. The competition, the action has been intense. The hub has been played over 183 million times. And then today, 10 amazing finalists live with us right now. Today, one of these finalists is going to be the grand prize winner, and Jay Party, what are they going to bring home?
That's right, $1 million.
Absolutely right. Finalists,
I'm the one who brings
good luck to all of you. Let the games begin.
All right, folks, you've heard it here. But now let's turn it back to Mimi to find out how some of the rules are going to go for today.
Some of the
Thanks so
rules.
much, Jay Party and David. It's going to go a little something like this today.
Number
We
one
have a
is no
3-round
exploit.
tournament consisting first of a
Win
qualifying round. Following that is the round of 4. Of course, all leading up to our $1 million round. There will be 8 games in total played today.
Qualifying
Each
round.
has their own rules, so this isn't a
What the
tournament about
hell?
being the
What-
best at any one game. It's
rounds
about
for
mastering
a
them
round.
all.
It's
First up
like
is
for
the
the
qualifying round.
finalists.
And Jay Party, why don't you tell
There's
us a
a
little
lot
more
of
about
obby
that?
players.
Gladly, Mimi. We're going to have 10 contestants that have the chance to compete in 5 games. Dress to Impress, Super League Soccer, Blade Ball, Slap Battles, and Doors. But out of
Slap
these
Battles.
10 contestants,
Dress
only
to Impress.
4 will move on to the next round.
Wait,
the
what?
elimination rounds. All right. Any questions?
Just what? How do you win at each game?
And the money question. Each game's a little different, so we'll explain the rules right before each one starts.
Okay.
One last thing to mention. At times throughout the competition, you may notice 2 Roblox admins, Holiday Beats and All the Swords. They are in place to operate, record, and make sure everything runs smoothly and fairly. That's right, all rules will need to be followed.
Oh my god. No, why am I actually watching shorts? Okay, it was accidental. Don't know why I'm pressing the short. Listen. Okay, nice.
Phenomenon. It's none other than Dress to Impress.
Before time runs
Okay,
out. Judges
2
will
matches
vote, and
before
if
create a
there's a
look
tie,
with the
they will
time
also vote on who earns a higher placement. Everyone
Everyone
will collect points and advance to the next game.
all 10 contestants.
Here's the scoring for each match.
All right, folks, we also have a surprise. 3 of them, actually. Joining us as guest judges for Dress to Impress are none other than Twitch streamer Joe Bartolozzi, VTuber and variety streamer Iron Mouse, as well as music and reaction variety streamer I'm Dante. Welcome to the show, our 3 guest judges.
I'm just like thinking that people are also watching Iron Mouse.
I'm Dante. Welcome to the show, our 3 guest judges. Very exciting,
Did someone
exciting
call
stuff.
me
How are you guys
already?
feeling?
Amazing. Can't
Joe
wait.
Bartolozzi
Awesome.
also has
Very
the same
excited. I
interesting-
was watching the intro.
Yeah.
This seems like a very competitive event.
Yes, it will. Are you guys ready to judge such
Oh,
competitions?
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
All right, your judgment hats are on. You're feeling good. That is exciting.
Anything you guys are looking
I'm
for in
missing
particular?
only a
Are you
few
big
men
on
service.
focusing on the themes? Is
overall,
it just
most
going to
of
be
the
going off the
recording
vibe? What are you looking for in the judging today?
Hey,
They have to come to slay.
Real.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Playing for sure. I think I really need them to fit around
Yeah,
the category that
yeah, I
I'm
mean, people
judging.
want to have
Okay.
They
Smash
have
with House, I'm
to
definitely
not only look good, but
pick
also
the-
fit the style
none of the
that
above
they're trying
option.
to portray. That's mainly what I'm looking at.
What about for you, Dante? Anything you're looking at here?
Yes. The poses. The poses are very, very important to me, and if they're not hitting it, yeah, those stars are going to be super low.
All right, folks. Well, our 10 contestants are set, and they are underway to serve some fierce looks. So we are jumping
my
to the
God.
game to check
I'm
out this
looking at
action
the
now, as
background.
folks
I'm
are
the
just
Joe
getting their
Bartolozzi.
baseline outfits solved.
Let's talk about some of the differences that we're going to be playing with today versus the game that you all are familiar with at home. It's a little abridged, only 4 minutes to get your look perfect. And for our first round, the theme is circus. And there's
Circus.
not a lot of time to get the look down. You have to have an idea.
Oh my god.
Right, and especially coming from somebody like me who is very well known
Deaf
in the
Eagle.
Dress to Impress community by
Oh my
absolutely
god.
nobody.
Come on,
My
Deaf
opinion
Eagle.
definitely
Don't straight
matters
up
here.
flopping.
I'm looking for somebody who looks like a
Here's something
clown,
gonna sound like
and
that.
it looks like that's what some of these contestants are going
Oh
for
my
right now.
God.
But yes, not a lot of time, so they better hurry up.
Yeah, it's a good thought. Circus can be really on the nose, but, maybe there's something more creative you can hide within it.
Obviously, the
Ooh.
qualification to get
Nice.
here was a little different than what we're playing
Great.
today. It was about
Okay,
solving
Frog
puzzles,
Dragon
getting those mega
definitely-
tokens. And I know you were playing through some of
Okay.
the qualifying games, as were 140 million other people who were visiting that.
Oh.
What were you looking for? How
We
much of a
just need
challenge
to
was it
know how
actually
they
to be one of the
choose
10 players who
skin
made it here?
color.
I mean, I
guess
played
the
for a
issue
total
that
of
I
like maybe
can't
5 or 6 hours and
skin
immediately
color.
realized that I stood no chance
That's
against
still the
some
main
of these
issue.
guys that are here today. So
Roby,
very, very challenging, very impressive that these 10 made it
Oh.
here today.
A little note too for the folks at home, there are some additional rules the folks are playing with to give them an edge in these short rounds. They are running with the custom makeup unlocked, VIP access, run faster, and of course the increased item limit for some really creative looks that hopefully can slay out there.
Really great.
A lot of our players talking ahead of this event said that Dress to Impress wasn't a game they had played a ton, and with such a wide variety of games ranging from fashion to FPS to an obby, the players had to practice a lot and really come in with ideas for the games that they aren't as comfortable about. But I think it's been clear that every one of these guys competing today has put that effort in, and even in these less comfortable games, he's going to put their all out there because every point matters, especially in this qualifying.
Right, definitely, and it's good to put them outside of their comfort zone for the first qualifying round to see what kind of miraculous outfits they can pull off. And I will honestly say, with a minute and a half left, everybody is looking good.
Yeah, we'll see. We thought this was a relaxing warm-up, but talking to the contestants again, this is a high-anxiety round of fashion.
Oh my God, there's
some of their skills to the test here.
In here.
A good reminder, this is actually a newer game to the ROBLOX, and a lot of these folks are long-time players, but this came out in 2023, has already had 6.5 billion visits. Truly has been a smashing success for the platform.
And a pretty fun game, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, Dress to Impress, it's definitely been having a moment in these last couple of months, and I know a lot of people at home enjoy it, but this has got to be the most high-pressure match of Dress to Impress anyone here has ever played.
Yeah, I mean, especially in 2025, the day and age of aura farming.
Is that key for you, Enya? Aura farming?
Yes, aura is the key to winning this. If I was a judge, that's what I would be looking at.
That will be what you're going for. Yeah, it's going to be interesting having some of our celebrity judges get to kind of give a little look there. I imagine they'll have different things that they like. You have to play to a pretty different crowd of people who are going to be making these decisions, and a lot definitely sits in their hands.
Well, we are closing in on the final 30 seconds of this match as we see the final touch-ups, the jewelry selections and patterns moving forward here. Hopefully, folks have a cohesive look going, and this is just the polish and cleanup phase because that runway clock is ticking.
Last couple of seconds here to really fiddle with everything. There's almost infinite customization you can do in this game, and it's easy to overthink it. With limited time, they've got to lock in now. 3 seconds, and we're about to head to the runway, Enya.
Can't wait to see the poses.
All right, and already kick us off. We've got Robbie 100 showing off his fierce looks. Look at that pose. Nice use of the prop there with the cane.
Is that a cane you're holding, or is that a rose? I can't tell. That's a cane. Oh, you're right.
It almost looks like one of the batons you'd be spinning. Definitely fits the vibe here. You see him clicking around some of the poses here. Obviously, those guest judges right now, they're watching all of these players go through, giving their scores. This is only the first round of 2 that we're going to be playing.
Okay, so we also having our own scoring system. So, ROBLOX, we also doing. Okay.
Choosing those poses is going to be a big part of the action.
We also having unofficial scoring with.
Definitely.
For Robbie 100 for GTI,
it's a pretty long list.
You getting what?
You got a lot of time right here on the stage.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot.
4.5 stars.
Absolutely here.
Just really living up the moment.
Yeah.
GTI
absolutely extended. We'll see. Must have.
Okay, for Robbie is 100.
All right.
4.1 stars out of 5.
Next contestant.
Okay, what is next one?
Up to bat. It's
Mad
Max.
Wow, a sassy look. Taking it real fierce for the circus.
She is a bit cashy in my opinion.
How well do you think this matches circus?
Oh my god.
I personally think this is what I was looking for.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
is great.
Yeah, it's an interesting prompt because you can really get very direct on the nose, but I think there's some subtlety that the fashion judges are going to look for. As we know, this is a different style than normal DTI, as we have extra fashionable judges judging. Here is Anonymous Lime.
Yeah, the microphone definitely looks like a performer up on that stage.
The microphone's definitely great.
With the mask. What do you call those masks, Dan?
3.9 out of 5.
Masks is a good name.
Yes, very good one.
Definitely a bit better than Mad Max.
Another contestant down the runway.
Okay, we check.
Looks like this might be Dada Dude and Giving Clown. Honestly, this might be my favorite thus far. I think it's right on the money.
Oh my god,
yeah,
it's
classy.
It's a bit great on all
aspects.
Have
you noticed that
one thing that is lacking is where's the katana?
Red and white. At least for me, that's what pops in my head.
Red and just see the tent.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The blues. Yeah, the red and white color.
Hey.
Here we go. Only a touch of red here. A little more subtle. I like it.
Icicle.
Yes, that is a lovely addition.
Oh yes, there's definitely a bit of poppy in there.
And wings.
But it's sort of
I think
a bit
Icicle
of
is definitely standing out here amongst the crowd.
Icicle.
Yeah.
when we were watching them rehearse yesterday,
now.
I was super impressed
Where
with
now?
Icicle in this
Oh,
game. I thought
people
he had
agree.
super good fashion sense. So
Jeez.
a really creative one there, and I think honestly standing out from the crowd of a lot of red and white, a lot of masks,
Okay,
might do him well in this one.
And we are Shafe with kind of a riff on looks like maybe a cheerleader type circus outfit here. Complete with the mask and all.
Stars.
With the
Out of
pom-poms.
life. Sort
With
of.
the pom-poms. Definitely ready
My
to cheer
opinion,
on some competition
it's the
today.
pom-poms in it. Where's the
And
katana?
another red look. This is Jay,
Jay.
looking very similar to one we saw earlier with that cane.
It's Harley
Absolutely.
Quinn.
But a strong look. Real Queen of Hearts style here.
Yeah, I think the hat really ties it together
for
nicely.
Jay, it's definitely
lot of layering going on.
4.4 stars
Yeah.
out of 5.
I assume
One
we see a lot
lack
of props in
thing
the circus one.
is
Maybe not as much as I even
The
thought.
is
Remember, our contestants,
It's
they don't
getting
know
lower
the theme
speaking of
until
Snow
we're
White.
actually going
I
into
didn't mean
things.
for
So it's a lot about
reset here.
sight reading, figuring it out on the fly, and
Oh.
this one another bit of a different
Oh,
approach.
yeah.
The black and white
But-
kind of look,
but
almost
we
looks kind
gonna-
of like a mime.
I was
Yeah.
feeling the mime, yeah. I
She
like
was
that kind of
a
mime style, not
magician.
like the main stage of the
My
circus.
opinion,
Think about it, it's
4.2
still a
out of
fun
5.
aspect of it.
Basically,
And I think
on my
that's,
opinion,
again, a cool interpretation
Everyone's
of the theme.
definitely different.
Astute observation.
Thank you, thank you.
And
you.
Terrell.
All right, we are wrapping up things soon here. And Terrell coming out.
On
Years pay off.
Dub Eagle.
This is the Death Eagle coming all the way over from Lithuania. Had to travel 14 hours to make it
Okay,
here
we
to San
gotta
Mateo
check.
and compete today. And honestly, another nice
Death
look.
Eagle,
It's
what-
still the
what
red
is
and
wrong
white
with
theme,
you?
but a little different than the other
Just say,
contestants.
what is
Yeah,
wrong with
yeah.
you?
A little lighter, a little simpler, and just spamming that post
Post
28.
28, made famous
Okay,
by a handful of
4.4
celebrities, brought
stars.
to you by DTI.
As well.
All right, well, that's all our contestants
It was
now
simplistic.
walking down that runway. The judges right now tallying up the scores and making their decisions. A lot for them to think about. Some good looks out there.
All right, yeah, and that concludes the kickoff
Okay, it's
round
Robbie of the Dead.
of the
Okay, it's
ultimate
It's
competition.
even Robbie
The
of
hunt
the Death
final
Eagle.
with DTI.
I'm
We hope the
basically
players
like
are finally
using scoring
shaking those
system
nerves
for
off,
Robbie.
getting relaxed.
DJ sign
As
off.
we've mentioned, we're going to have our hosts kind of
4.7.
collect these scores,
Oh
and
my
we'll come
God,
back to you
Max,
when they're
what the
ready.
fuck is wrong with
Yes,
you?
we
Can I
will.
tell you?
Was there any outfits that were standing out to NU? Would you have a favorite if you
Yeah.
were to be judging today?
Personally, I like Icicle's cotton candy hair look and
Gotta-
his those
Bro.
furs on the shoulders.
And my
Yeah,
strict
that
scoring
definitely
system.
stood out to me
As
amongst all the
strict
red
as the
color
South
choices. So
Korean.
that's my choice.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, right? I think Icicles
It's
was the most
like
unique out of all of
around-
these, but also there's a reason everyone went red and white. It's iconic for a reason.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing for the judges if they prefer that kind of iconic red-white, or people who kind of had a more creative interpretation of it. I think the mime was also a fun shout-out, as it really kind of instilled a thought in you as it went forward.
This
Okay.
game is interesting because it is so different than every other competition or every
This
game
is
that we
part
have
of
as
a
part of the
DTLE,
competition today. Everything else is
respectfully.
pretty much going to be
I
last
can't
man
believe it, that's
standing,
dead roll.
fighting all sorts
Oh
of
my
different
God.
genres. But this one is very much about kind of like the artistic character, the vibe. It catches into a very different skill set, which I think is going to be
Romeo's
difficult
Death
for some of our
Eagle.
competitors.
Definitely, creativity is
Corny.
huge in this, but also
Corny.
having the skill set to know where
Who's
all of the
such a
outfits,
big millionaire?
accessories are located
Robbie.
in the lobby.
Oh, people
We'll
definitely
save them
can
a
You
lot.
actually
be
need
more
quite a bit of
Robbie.
game
Yeah,
knowledge, right? Like even the way
Yup.
the different pieces of clothing
No
layer
one
and
really
things like
support
that,
others
it takes a bit of
other
effort.
than
I wouldn't have pulled that off in such a short time for sure.
Even Death Eagle.
Yeah, reminding us again, these
By
are shortened
using
rounds of
weapon
4
range.
minutes, so you've got to know the
Jay.
layouts, you got to know the plan, have and plan of action when you get in.
And it already
Yep,
feels short.
Jay's sort
when
of
you're
great,
playing
but
with 6 minutes, like
just
I
give
was
them
playing a
that
fair
a
bit of
little
Dress to
bit.
Impress to
But,
prep for
yeah.
this event, and I was stressed out with no money on the line and 6 minutes to get set.
Yeah. Very, very stressful.
Yo, this
All right,
person
well,
Roblox
we hope the
tagging
stress
us
is being
someone,
relieved
tagging
here as they're
someone.
going to be warming up here for our next round. We are gathering folks in the lobby
Okay.
now, and we hope we're going to be breaking through soon with the next and final round of Dress to Impressed. As a reminder for the folks at home,
What?
we're going to be playing 2 initial rounds here before we progress any of our users. So, we've got more action coming.
First round. And
Yeah,
then
let's
we
take a little look here,
continue
though,
to-
because the judges, they've tallied up our first round, and Dud repping that light
Right.
blue is
Wait,
taking
what?
things home here.
Followed
Followed by Jay and Icicle, and again, all the points
You
matter.
see,
Your spot
Chief
is a
is
big
Nell.
deal. You want to climb to that top
Death
as
Eagle
much
16,
as possible. So,
Roby
interesting
18.
kickoff indeed.
As a reminder on
Dud do
format, this
30.
qualifying round has
He
5
just went
total games.
4.1.
Points are cumulative throughout, and at different
my God,
phases
what?
throughout the day
We
will
think the
qualify
whole
a
South
contestant
Korean
into that top
scoring
4.
system
But
was
performance is
inaccurate.
just as important at the beginning here in DTI as it will be later in the day towards doors.
Yo.
But it looks like we are ready to go. Let's hop into our second round of Dress to Impress and take a look at what that new theme is going to be.
Hey, you did that wet?
Looks like everyone's just
Dud did
loading in
that
right
in the
now,
first
so
round. I don't
should
know,
be able to hop in
PCI.
there in just
Oh my
a moment.
God.
I'm hoping to see a theme that is going to ask
Oh my
something different. Maybe
macaroni
we'll get
is
a little bit
currently-
more variety because a lot of contestants did have the same idea in that first round.
Correct. We saw some recurring themes, particularly some recurring
5,
colors. I'm hoping to
3
kind of mix it
minutes.
up. That was definitely a whimsical
What
one.
number
We'll see
record?
It was.
how far-fetched we
Icicle,
get.
my
We'll bring it
goal.
back to a more serious
Death
tone
Eagle
here.
Roby.
Looks like folks are just getting now into that lobby, so we're going to be able to turn it over in a brief moment and go to you live. Round 2.
Here we are, and let's see if we can't get in one of these contestants' POV and take a look at what theme they're working on today.
Yeah, it's interesting to see they're not all at the same booth. So contestants are spreading out here. I mean, again, your time is limited. What is your strategy for the two of you here? You think you're going wide dresses, specific on the makeup? This is an interesting start here from Jay.
I think you can't get too bogged down in the details. You want to start like as macro as possible. Like when I was playing this game, I always thought like, what's like the piece that is making me think the theme immediately, and then kind of tie everything else in around.
I think.
Elf ears, definitely elf ears. Pointy elf ears and some wings.
Yeah, the wings, the elf ears. I'd honestly be shocked if anyone doesn't go for those kind of looks.
You know, that's the kind of thing, though. Can you create a look without wings that conveys fairy? Maybe that's going to be the winning combo, just to stand out from the crowd. But for now, we are seeing a lot of fairy wings coming out.
And it looks like blue is the recurring color here amongst the contestants.
Yeah, here, ice, I think, like light blue, white, those kind of colors. Seems like Mad Max getting the same idea here.
Okay,
and here we are, another little larger gown here from Anonymous Live. I don't know if I know my gown styles here, but that's a gown, right? Nice and flowy.
I'm a gown expert. That's definitely a gown.
As a gownologist yourself.
Max is legit.
I'm interested to see Icicle's take on this because he might be, he's always creative, thinking outside the box. He could be going with a different.
Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, he's slaying already.
It's looking good.
I like the idea of like the antlers there.
Yeah,
that's creative.
Yeah, that is fun. Again, looking for those little subtle differences when you have something so direct as ice fairies as a theme here. Also, footnote, we see a lot of our contestants picking out very specific colors based on the hex code itself. And maybe not your typical approach, but these are some sharp players behind us.
Incredible. How do they have that memorized? Is there a cheat sheet?
No, I think they actually have internalized a lot of the hex code
look at that.
That is wild.
Throughout Roblox.
I know, but before the event, you were tallying it up. There's a crazy amount of experience.
In the back, there was an admin in there.
It's between the players.
That's right. These are
exploiting or not. There possibly no way that they having exploit. They might have a chance.
There are some experts here, and you're going to see that throughout the day, that these truly are masters of all trades.
Only one member on that stage with less than 10 years of experience in Roblox. Really a testament to the skill, to the dedication that it takes to have made it all the way here to the final.
Oh, never mind.
Passion definitely there.
Yeah, 9 years ago, the noob, where they've come. Could they have ever imagined they'd be here competing for $1 million, dressing as ice fairies? Not what you expect. But, again, looking good here. And we only have, what, a minute 20 left, less than that in this final round of GTI, where we will get some more scores going forward. As a reminder, again, there will be another game before progression, but a wonderful start.
Yeah, I want to take a look at Roby 100. When we got the questionnaire from the players, he said not only does he love playing Roblox, but he loves trying to make his own games and get creative. It's kind of the beauty of Roblox, right? Being able to experience all of these different games while also having the opportunity to develop your own experiences as well. And I think you see some of that creativity coming out here.
Yeah, you know, Roby, very fun one. Again, you mentioned he is a developer. He's been developing a long time, and he once created a game called The Easiest Game on Roblox, one of his hit games. And actually, today he's competing in now the hardest game in Roblox. So a wonderful journey for Roby, coming all the way to the other side of the hardest competitions around.
Yeah, I played Roby's Easiest Game on Roblox,
really?
and I was not able to beat it.
Is the game ironic? Is it
I think I'm just terrible.
All right, you've heard
maybe
it here.
a bit of column A, column B.
Yeah.
That's why we brought you on, and you for your expert skill set at being terrible at Roblox. In itself is a skill. Yes.
Just look from Mad Max here. Little different. Most people are going for like a really colorful blue look, like we're seeing from Anon Lime.
Yeah, I like these wings though. Real alive. It adds a lot of flair. People are going for the more subtle fairy wings, but hey, just get out there with the real eagle, the eagle wings.
I don't know if this is possible. Do they have fairy wands and accessories? Because that could be a good touch.
Oh. If they don't have them now, they're out of time. We're walking the runway. Here's Roby 100.
Oh, yes.
Our first look. I like the way he's kind of integrated that font. It almost looks like a cloud to me.
Yeah, it feels fashionable, and that's the thing. This isn't a costume contest. There is a fashion element here. How do you mix these kind of creative, broad themes with a fashion approach here? And it looks great, and we'll see if the judges like it. Coming up next,
Mad
Max here. Oh, he found a lovely prop for this one.
Oh, I like the loot.
Yeah, harp loot.
Oh my god, my eyes almost blurred.
Hey.
Some kind of instrument.
Because
something.
she was
You
fabulous.
Strings that you flick and make lovely sounds. All right, getting those high heels, rocking that skirt. It's
nice
a good
crowd.
look. More blue. We're seeing
Rock
blue.
and Boy,
Yeah, through again,
4.7 stars out of 5.
Definitely going to be a motif
Your
for I think all our
beautifulness is
contestants here. Next one
just
down the
like
runway.
my-
This is Anonymous Lime. I think the most bold look we've seen. A very deep blue compared to a
Oh
lot
my
of people
God,
going
Lime
for
was
the more
smart.
subtle looks.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
I like it. This feels
Lo-
strong.
Lime-
It's making a statement.
That was
This is an ice fairy.
stronger. That it's not ice fairies.
Maybe even
blueberries
Queen of the
then.
Fairies.
Sort of
We'll see.
good
Andy,
though.
what do you think? You like those
I
wings?
like
or
the
you
not
like
yours.
hurting
Kind of
my
reminds me
eyes,
of Candy
so-
cane.
Oh, yeah.
No
hungry
0.1
now.
upgrade.
Getting
from the
hungry already.
previous
Well,
one.
we've got a long show ahead, and you.
Da-da-da.
Dude coming down as well. Another very bright kind of neon
Ooh.
blue look. I like these
It's-
wings. A little different than some of the
It's
other
a
ones
bit
we've seen.
neon
Yeah,
in
he
there.
captured a
Like,
strong blue, knowing it's a
okay,
field
you need-
awash with the color blue here.
It's a bit
It's
washed
a strong one.
there,
And
like,
as a reminder, he is the winner of the first round, so it's important for him to really keep that lead here.
4
Really secures a
stars.
good spot going into the next games.
Okay,
Another
we changed to
similar look here.
3.9.
This one going for a bit of a lighter blue from Icicle.
Mm-hmm.
Icicle.
I like how cohesive it is. I
Like,
think that the hair, the
It's
makeup,
sort
it all
of
matches
great
really
enough
nice.
and a bit.
Yeah, he did a good job matching that color, and I think cohesion is important here. You really want to send a message. Whether the judges love it or not is up to
having
be
the
interpreted,
0.2
but
stars.
at least you
Congrats.
send a strong, cohesive thought.
There's a wand.
There it is.
Like a sparkler. I really like that.
Little sparkle
Yeah.
effects. Now we're
Okay,
talking.
Shape.
Shape,
that
great
was
choice.
great.
Finding the good items.
I
Look at
hope
that.
that,
Mastering the poses. See
he
a lot
will
of
make a
starred
comeback.
poses here.
Yeah.
He had a plan. He knew the good
Yes.
ones, and he marked them. And that's important. All right, a couple
4.1
more
stars.
contestants here to
Out of
come
5.
down
Good
the
job.
runway.
Good
Who
job,
we got left?
man.
Who's coming up? Looks like this is one of the looks we were talking about. Those antlers combined with the bow.
Ooh.
This one looks super good.
I like it. A little bit of a forest ice nymph here. Or ice fairy. Who are they? Fairies.
That was
Here's
the
a-
villain of
Well,
Maleficent.
hi, we can't even see the name.
That's true. A good cover-up.
Gonna need
Keep it
4.3
mysterious.
Definitely a
stars
nice
out of
look, though.
5.
Yeah.
This was a bit.
Judges be objective.
Can they? Okay, already coming out
Oh,
fierce.
dragon.
Oh, I like the idea on the mask there. Again, I
Ooh,
think
the
that the
wings
players
are
who went
alive
for
enough.
slightly more unique
Come on,
spins
move
are
it, lady.
the ones that
Move
really
it.
stick out in the judge's memory.
Yeah, what is on here? It's some sort of large
Oh,
arm. It looks like
Lord.
almost oven mitts here, but I'm assuming there's something
I
more
think that's
fashionable.
the fur.
Oh, that is the fur.
But
My,
That's
That is
the
my
fur.
face
oh,
might be
Oh,
getting
definitely.
slapped by
I
that wings
was
for that.
confused. What's happening here? I thought that might have been what's happening in fashion.
Antarel.
Antarel, one of the few players to not go with any kind of
One
ears
of
or
the question.
antlers, instead just these
That's like
kind of cold
Hassan
weather
and Miko.
earmuffs.
Earmuffs, yeah.
That's what I
Uh-huh.
want.
Ice fairy, they gotta be a little cold, right? Gotta
Can I
keep warm.
apply?
I like it. Again, trying to stand out
Okay.
in a crowd of a
A
crowd of
0.1
feet
star
You wanna
upgrade from
be
3.8 to
having that unique
2.9.
look.
Good. Congrats.
This one is looking
Definitely go-
pretty nice. This is from the
Oh
Death
my god.
Eagle. Got
I
those
love
wings
the ice
flapping.
cream.
The ice
Yeah,
cream.
two
Indepedently,
wings layered on.
and
I think that is a wing
Oh.
layering, and he's got a nice
Oh my
animation
God,
that
her
kind
face
of makes
is
them
so
flutter
beautiful
out.
that
That's
my
actually
eyes
a great
almost
look. And I
blinded
think the ice
with
cream is a good touch here. Our first break from the
Okay,
blue
this
color
is not
scheme.
just
Yeah, it's kind of
from
I
5.1.
like that, a little tongue in cheek, not taking himself too seriously in this mode at least.
Yeah, I think you've got it. It's an intense day. Start out with a smile.
5.1 out of
A little
5.
bit of ice cream.
A few of these players knew each other from the online Roblox community, maybe from even trying to qualify into this event, but for a lot of them, their first time meeting or first time playing in person was here at this event. But we've interacted with them, and it seems like a lot of them have gotten pretty comfortable with each other, have been having some fun. It's definitely high stakes, but still a cool opportunity to meet a bunch of different other experienced Roblox players from all around.
Absolutely. It's been an incredible journey for them, I know, in their last 24 hours, all arriving from around the U.S. and around the world, actually. They've gotten to know each other pretty well here at some of the warm-up games, some of the practices, and it's wonderful to see that kind of camaraderie and teamwork from these folks. We know there's a lot on the line. Competing for $1 million is a lot of high stakes, but keeping that kind of general positive spirit and good sense of camaraderie is
might
important
be
for folks.
not on there.
So we have our
My
judges
best in the
tallying
final
up the
first
points
leave.
right
Care
now.
about.
And again, this
Yeah.
is going to be combined scoring from both Dress to Impress and our second game, Super League Soccer, which is coming up after this. But I knew every one of these matters because it is cumulative. All of your points from this qualifying round count towards being one of only 4 players that is going to progress.
Right,
It's a
definitely.
bit-
You cannot take the first round lightly
It's a bit
because
off,
the scores,
in my
like
opinion.
Mimi said,
Bit off.
are cumulative. So going into soccer, though, is going to be a
Okay,
much
for
different
some
skill set
people
that
think
they're going
that
to be showing
soccer
off.
is
Some
great. Some
teamwork,
people think
as Jay
soccer
Park
is bad.
suggested, they got some
I
time to
don't
spend
know,
with
like,
each
I
other.
hope it's Untitled
so,
that game.
it'd be nice to see their
People
teamwork.
hope that it's like that.
All right. Scores are flowing in. As a reminder, in our first game, we
Ooh.
saw Dude taking first place, followed by Jay and Icicle. We'll see if that holds again for this one, but
Okay.
I don't know. I'm expecting
Wait,
some
Jay
upsets this
second,
time
Icicle
around.
third?
We'll see. A lot of those looks were similar.
Based on
We
the
saw
South
the blue
Korean
standouts.
scoring
We'll see what the
system,
judges think again. I know
our score was only
DTI is not
4.
the experts of a lot of these players, but hey,
Sergio, like, Jeff
a win's a win.
Eagle,
And you got to
both
come
are
to
first.
That's the thing that's brutal, right? It's like it's a
Jay
category that you're having
second.
to sight read,
Which is
figure out
second
within
was
4
right.
minutes, put a
Third.
look together that's cohesive. But let's take a
Fifth.
little peek at
He's
what our
third.
scores are. This is going to be the cumulative points from both rounds now,
Jeff
and
Eagle.
it looks like our player coming out in
Damn.
front is the Death Eagle. A mid-lane placement in the first round, but a strong 30 points in the second
Damn.
puts him out in the lead
Damn.
early on. A great showing for the
Look,
Lithuanian.
oh my god, the sentence right.
absolutely. And now
Jeff
total
Eagle
points
5.1.
coming in second. We had
JS
Mad Max, which is going to
4.3.
hopefully raise him a bit in the
Max
standings, but unfortunately
4.7.
still down here
He's fifth.
as Jay takes another strong spot and bounces up
Ooh.
from into the second spot
Jay
here,
was
up by
16th.
3 points, followed by
He's
Dada,
now-
who does fall into third from that one. An unfortunate showing in the second game, but hey, still in a
Both
great
Dragon
spot.
and stuff.
You see the spread of points
Sally
is still
fell off.
pretty tight.
Sally.
It will be anyone's game here going in to our next game. Here's some of the players. That is the
What-
Death Eagle there already
Rifles.
out in first, feeling good in the first round, although it
Death
is
Eagle.
not over
Let's
yet.
go.
Because guess what?
You know,
I think it's time to
she's
see some more
sassy.
of our next
She's
game.
hot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even just going
like,
from the first
that
round,
uniform was so great. She was even far
just
better.
impressive. See
than
how their rankings changed so
my
drastically
own
after the
first
second
series.
round.
Oh
So
my gosh, my opinion.
it's good to be confident, but definitely stay alert.
All right, folks, the judges have put in their verdicts. Let's hear more from the judges themselves. See if we can get them here on the stream and find out what stood out on today's runways. Judges, how y'all doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, we are just getting underway here. All right, we saw some styles, hopefully some of them even fierce. Love to hear from y'all. What stood out on today's runway? What did you love seeing?
I'm literally sitting right now, Joe.
Maybe we'll start with Joe here. Work our way down the judges.
Okay. For the second round, I loved the person that won for the Ice Fairy round. I think it was all very well put together. The accessories were great.
Oh my
the ice
God.
cream was great.
My name
Obviously,
is
Ice
also
Cream,
Joe as
Ice
well. What are you
Fairy
all doing
matched
here?
perfectly. I was really looking at
Joe,
themes.
Joe.
I took poses into account, not as much as Dante obviously talked about doing, but I don't know. I was surprised at how good some of these outfits were.
Yeah, here we go again, seeing the recap of the Ice Fairies round for all of our contestants here. Some of those exciting outfits, as you mentioned. I think the one you're talking about might have been the last one here to come up. That was our winner.
Yeah, that was the Death Eagle with that double wing, the ice cream look. Iron Mouse, I wanted to ask you as well. When we were talking the other day, you were saying you were going to put a lot of emphasis on how well the players were fitting into the themes. How well do you think they did overall? Did they impress you in how on brand they went with these?
I have to say, I think the second round was much better than the first. I feel like they struggled a little bit in the first round, but I think the first round was kind of like a warm-up. So the second round was amazing, and I was very impressed with all the different looks. They looked so good.
All right, Dante, how about you? How you feeling today? What impressed you? What stood out?
What stood out to me was some people were going too blue. It wasn't giving ice. It wasn't giving cold.
It was giving
More ocean.
mermaid.
Yeah,
Oh,
mermaid,
yeah.
more
Water,
ocean-like.
mermaid.
Yeah, docked off some stars for that. But the white, the snow, the crowns, the antlers,
Yeah,
Antlers were good.
giving very much Ice Princess.
we love that too. All right, folks, we're going to move on to our next segment as the players are antsy and get ready to jump into Super League Soccer. But a huge thank you to all of the judges. That was a lot of fun. Joe, Iron Mouse, and Dante, thank you again for joining us as guest judges on the Hunt Mega Final.
Loved your outfits, by the way.
Yeah, y'all looking like you slay yourself.
Fresh.
So,
Super
good,
fresh.
Good stuff, good stuff. All right, coming out of that first game, what do you think so far, Mimi?
Okay,
I was honestly impressed. I think the players did super well at DTI, but
Stand
we've got
up.
something more
Okay,
coming
the
up. Super
scoring
League
will
Soccer,
be
it's a
based
team
on
game. It's
the
going to be
South
super
Korean
different than what we
system
saw
scoring.
in Dress to Impress.
All right,
It's
folks,
the
the players are ready. And
most
while the Death Eagle may
This
be
is
on
like the
top
most
for now, it is still
scoring
anyone's
system ever in the
competition.
world.
Let's check out the rules for Super League
I
Soccer.
checked the rules for a while.
Game 2, Super League Soccer. There are 3 matches total, and contestants will play 5 versus 5 in randomized teams. The team with the most goals wins the match. The contestant with the highest cumulative score will advance to the round of 4. Here's the scoring for each match.
Win 20 points, draw 7.0.
All right. Folks, I
Okay,
think our
so
players are
we-
back there and ready to go. And you, how you feeling about this one?
Very
Team B
excited.
versus
Sports is
Team
probably
Z.
something I'm a little
Which
more
is
into.
5.5.
Watching, not playing.
The
But
performance.
yeah.
Have you played many of the sports games on Roblox?
I played pretty much all of them. Like I said, just video games. In person, not so great. So I think I'd be a good judge of how good they are. are here.
Well, here we go. Our second game of the day. It's Super League Soccer. The players randomly assigned to teams
Jesus, that's lagging right now.
5. That'll get scrambled between every round, and we're off to the
let's
races.
go.
The
W.
Death Eagle first.
Yo, what is happening in it? Is system getting shut down again? Oh shit, I think I'm missing a few seconds of recording. Oh my. Oh my god. We need to go out for a while. Yeah. We need to go out for a while since the streaming currently, I don't know if the streaming currently loading right now. I don't know why. What's happening in here?
In from Roby.
Wait, Icicle just
sends that
going
ball
goal.
straight down the left side of the net.
All
Nice
right.
celebration.
Strong opener from the away team here. And
Okay.
again, you see at the bottom of the first
Okay,
player
the
screen, there
home and
is
away.
a boost bar for your stamina here. Something important to manage. Do not want to use it all getting the ball and then get caught out. You're going to lose it real fast. Wow.
You see, like,
steal right
Icicle.
there.
Whoa.
No one's
Beautiful.
on the offensive side of the court. No one can pick this up. Goalie should be able to drive
Oh, and it's out of range. The
Oh,
goalie can't get it.
no,
This
no.
would be a crazy turnout.
Let me get it,
Oh,
Captain.
this works out for Green.
Oh.
Oh, it's a
The
miss.
shot
Oh.
assist from Roby. Roby set up the first goal, but he knocks it in this time. 2-0 lead to the away.
That was actually an incredible
Okay.
use of the mechanics of Super League Soccer. I'm not sure that pass could have been more accurate downfield. That did not allow
With
the
the
goal to
rule,
get
of
it. And
course,
they did get the recovery.
they
Here's
cooking
Roby
the
again. Trying
Here
to
you
get
see
onto a
multiple
steal.
steals per
I don't know.
play.
Bloxy color.
This time the home team has to defend on their side of the pitch. A setup on the shot, but the goalie's got it, and he'll send it back out.
Oh, and that's unfortunate. The team down by 2 misses on that breakaway here. There's still a lot of game left here, as you see, 3:40 on the game clock. So they've got time to play. And
Interesting
again,
move there by Jay. That
Yeah.
to
Is
the
that
other
a
side
header?
with no
Come on,
teammate
anybody?
there. Not sure what he was thinking. there.
yeah, Brave to think about that. They're definitely going for this like deep kick strategy, hoping to find someone to recover.
Dudadud gonna have to defend here. Shot going just to the right, misses out, and a pass back into the middle of the pitch. Somewhat even here, and both teams have just been kind of clumping the ball. Not a lot of setups for passes thus far. Hard to get that teamwork going perfectly.
Yeah, a little too much clumping happening. You can hear the contestants behind us
Good slide, though.
getting
Go
pretty
Dragons,
pumped back there.
bring it
We're
in.
seeing a lot of yelling for the strategy.
They're into it. They're definitely into it. Loving the energy.
Absolutely. It is an exciting and intense one here. I know Super League Soccer brings the competition a little more
Move on.
fierce in a different way than we just saw.
Chance for a goal here.
Definitely good
Death
scoring
Eagle.
in here.
Oh,
Ah.
save! That's
Beautiful
very
save.
nice from Antarel.
The goalie.
What a
Always an important
save.
player here. A big cheer from the players. He knows that was a big important one to catch.
Ooh, did it?
Maybe
Did
another
I kick
chance
the
now.
ball through?
Pass
Come
back
back
up.
to
I see a
Icicle.
setup for it. No one here to
Oh,
defend
no
by the
one.
goalie. It's a
Jake, come
one-on-one
on,
for
come on,
this shot. Can he
don't
get
beat
it
it.
through?
Ah.
Misses.
Forfeit.
Right.
The
Forfeit the
twitch.
game.
The Twitch, I know. Playing it like a first-person shooter here.
I like the fake out attempt.
Okay.
It looked like he was going into the right side of the goal. Went left instead. Doesn't work out, but they still have a good offense going here in you.
Definitely.
Okay,
Looks
kick the
like
ball through.
the away team is definitely in the advantage here. Let's see. There's still 2 minutes left, though. They can still turn it around. A goal can happen in 10 seconds.
Shafe sends it off to
Line.
anonymous line. Middle of the pitch, trying to find a person to pass to. No one's open in time, and Icy's on the offensive.
Oh, here we go.
Still has the ball. Another chance for a goal. Passes.
pass.
Oh, he's on
Oh,
it.
it was-
Trying to
oh.
find the goalie knocks it away. Repossession
Okay, 4
from the
points
green
first
team, but it's
since
just going
he's
back
scoring
and
goal.
forth. And the goalkeeper sends it back down the
Roby
middle.
currently 4
The
points
whole
first
team
by
got to give a
5.
break to their goalie.
I know, really relying on that
Okay,
here.
okay.
Oh, that was
Wow.
Oh,
Death
Death Eagle.
Absolutely,
What a
the
shot.
one-on-one with the goalie.
What a
Not a
shot.
chance there.
He's
Death
scoring
Eagle has
goal,
shown
but
he has come to play
his team
today.
was
He is an
1-2
incredibly
right
strong
now.
competitor.
As these few minutes have continued, we've seen the players, I think, doing a better job of setting each
Yeah,
other
they
up
are
for
about
passes.
doing a
That
better
was
job in here.
Shafe on the setup there for Death Eagle to get the goal.
Da-da-da. Kick,
Absolutely,
kick
we're seeing
through.
more of a spread formation here, playing a proper offense and defense, and that's going to pay off
Okay,
for
so
sure,
we
as this is still
definitely-
anyone's
we need
game
to
here.
give him.
Yeah, I'm reading the chat here from the live stream, and the chat is rooting for Team Bloxy Cola, which looks like the home team here.
Okay.
That's good to hear here.
They're rooting for a comeback.
Another
Move
pass
on.
up the middle.
They will be in a
They've got to
comeback.
come back quickly. Minute and a
Shape
half
this time.
on
Doing
that
a keep
clock.
a kick.
And James had to do a lot of
Mad
work as
Max.
the goalkeeper
Hold
here.
Dragon
Well,
through.
Dragon gets possession again, and the
Okay,
passing
again.
seems better from the green team thus far. A chance for
Underneath-
Roby.
underneath.
High. And he gets spun out of
Inside
control as the
control.
ball passes back.
Almost gets the backboard shot for himself there. That would have been one heck of a pass.
Self-assist.
Yeah.
Stat padding.
Quick
Next-
through.
1 minute left to try and tie up this game.
Okay, they kick.
And at this point,
the ball in.
you're oftentimes just thinking about trying to
Bicycle.
keep possession of the ball, run down the timer. Every second continues to move in the favor of the team at advantage.
Ball's out.
Yeah, this is an intense game, and as we
never
mentioned,
mind.
these are some of 10 of the best
Shape
players in all of
Do that
Roblox.
again.
Each
Mad
one of
Max
them
kick
deserves to
through.
be here in their own right.
Through eagle,
But for these
to the
players, this is
eagle.
another game where a lot of them said they weren't experienced.
Tackle,
They had to learn it
tackle
for
in.
this match. Another chance at a goal, but the keeper's got it. Shafe doing so well to defend, but he just needs some offense.
Just a little overshot. And that isn't important to note here. We're warming up with some of their least
This
experienced
could be the
games.
tie. This could be the tie.
Oh, and the steal.
What a steal.
Let me get
What a
that.
steal.
Just
Mad
in the
Max
nick of
getting
time,
a
he's
goal.
tied this
Just
game
up.
up.
Oh, man.
Oh,
This is
man.
intense.
Astro
30 seconds on the
definitely
clock.
getting
This
bloated
becomes
up right now.
anyone's game now.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
Hugo is hyped.
3.4
I like that.
stars.
It was. We'll see if we get the tiebreaker out of this one. 30 seconds
Come on,
is enough still to score.
Through
That's the
in.
question. Robe and Jay in a
Mad Max
competition for the
34
ball.
stars from 3.
Roby takes it back, trying to make his way up the court. A pass out
Okay,
wide,
da-da-da,
shot,
da-da, come on.
an opportunity
Have a
for
revenge.
Dada to end the game.
Oh.
Yet again from
Ooh.
Shafe. Excellence from the
14
goalkeeper.
seconds through.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Intensity is
Kick-
high
kick
behind us
in.
for the players. They are aware
Again.
of what's at stake here. This is a lot of
Eagle,
points.
and
Wide
roll.
open lane.
Oh, and
Oh,
Really
da-da-da.
good. What a steal from
Right
him.
through.
4 seconds till we tick into overtime.
oh, boy.
Roby.
And the time is up.
Time is up.
Oh, no, so I believe
It's
we're
a
not playing.
tie.
The rules today will not be having overtime.
You're
There
right. It is just going to be a tie here.
tie scoring, which means equal points for both teams.
It's a
Great
tie.
comeback by Bloxy Cola.
Yeah,
It's
seeing some of the
a
reactions
tie,
from all the
currently.
players here.
Line.
Yeah, we are.
That round.
All right, I think we have seen the conclusion of our first soccer game, as far as I understand. Unless the voice in my head tells me something different, I believe we saw a tie, but no, we're seeing a kickoff here.
Da-da-da. Yeah, at least doing some kicks.
We'll have to
You hear
see
how
here.
passionate the players are. Everyone is getting active in this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the folks at home can hear what is this
There's penalty
tiebreaker
in here.
extra. We'll see if they're playing the extra innings. Oh, and these are free kicks here.
Still 3 kicks left for each team.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we are doing the free kick rule here. All right, that was a change from what I understood here. So as we see
Alright,
in the left
okay,
there
alright,
already,
they will get the
looks like
ball
the home
in.
team is up by 1 goal here, but more goals to go during the free
They
kicks.
will
Let's see
go.
if we can take a look at Roby. His chance left.
Oh!
Nice goal.
That was clean.
Roby
That was easy.
definitely.
And guess what? We're back to a
Roby
tie here.
Yes, we are. 2
Eight
shots
all
left for
player
each of
cooked the
these teams.
game.
Fine. His opportunity. Antarella on the defense.
Oh,
wow.
Hits it just over the shoulder.
Man
Hits
online.
it.
Retakes the lead for his squad. Another chance here. Dud-a-dud. Left side. Blocks
Wow.
up the
They
keeper.
are
Save,
trading
no.
goals.
Oh
And
my
no one is missing
god.
today. 5-4 for the home team. Last chance for away here. Save though. That's very good from Antarell.
So here we go. The final kick. This is it. Antarella to bring it home.
To
Andrew,
tie
go
it
on,
or
bring
to
it
lose
on.
the game. All pressure's on.
Ooh.
Oh, that is a goal here. That
Tied
shoots it.
again.
Oh
Son
my
in
god.
net. First team to get ahead wins in this one.
All right.
Antarell
And that's it.
misses. And it's a goal landed
Nope.
for the home team. Now another chance to
Set
bring
it up.
things back here.
Set it up.
Odyssey,
Strike.
the game
I
in his
got-
hands.
Oh!
Save.
Safe again. They
Wow.
were down the whole match.
Oh,
Thanks
my.
to an excellent goalkeep, they bring things back and take the first round of Super League Soccer. What a sick way to kick off this game.
That was, and we all saw a lot of modes.
Bloxy
It
Cola
was a
won.
Fast and Furious game. We saw the overtime and then extended
Okay, there's
overtime.
overtime in
As
here.
the skills
And
of these folks truly is unmatched here. But we do have a win for the home team, which is huge.
I
Starting
don't know you guys
behind
why you
in an 0-2 in the
why
first
you are
minute of
playing
that
a bit.
game. They pull it out in the extended
Icicle,
overtime.
thanks to you,
free
you're
kicks.
flopping as hell. You're an out there.
So that was exciting. I think it's time to check
39
out these scores and see where we stand after
Undeserved.
that match.
Ethigo looking good on the winning
Ooh.
team after being our
The
winningest
away
player from
team.
TTI as well.
Yeah, it's true. And we see Jay as well in that team. So this is a strong start for the folks who are already in the
Yes,
lead here,
sir.
winning that match 1.
4.
As reminding the folks at home that we are going to
Four,
mix it
three.
up. These are fully randomized teams for 3 sets of soccer. Although at this point, I think everyone's pretty excited to play, as they do seem equally skilled in this competition.
Honestly, that was a lot closer than I expected.
Yeah.
It's clear that I think compared to when they gave us the info that, hey, like most of us haven't played SLS, they put in some work to go into it. And even throughout the game, really, I think built into it.
Yeah, very impressive teamwork, some amazing passes, some on-point shots, and like you said, Mimi, it really looked like it was over in the first couple of minutes for the away team, but the home team pulled off the unthinkable.
You guys got
Good for
any
them.
MVPs from that first round?
Boy, it started off strong, and I would say Dud setting a good pace for that one in the beginning.
Couple
Was a
big
big
goals from
score of those goals. Yeah, we saw a strong start, but again, unfortunately, his team did fall a little short in the end. But really a good player. Again, Death Eagle showing again that he truly is a strong competitor in this game, and I think we're going to see him excel in a broad array of games today. He has a very serious track record of being one of the best, so we'll see if he can keep that up today. Nerves is a big part of today.
Absolutely, absolutely. I do think these early games are a good way to just get comfortable on the stage, feel things out, especially a team game like this. It's a little easier to just be a part of the group, feel a little bit more together than the competitors, than just every single win being about making a step up ahead of them.
Definitely, yeah. It definitely takes a lot of pressure off you. You know, you're not just out there on your own. And just to go back on my favorite player for the game, I think was Shafe at the goal.
Yeah, I have to
really
agree.
made some clutch saves.
I mean, his team has a lot of him. He had to protect that goal so many times in the first 2 minutes, and then he's one of the guys that hit the penalty kick at the end too to bring things home.
Yeah, you know, we talk a lot about the mental game in these competitions. It's a long day with a lot of competition. You got to not let yourself get down. I know there's a handful of folks back there who are going to be feeling the burn of a loss here, not as high of a fashion score as they'd like, but it's never over. Again, qualifying from some of the other games, it just doesn't matter. Put it behind you. You got to keep the attitude. Momentum can't destroy you. You got to let yourself turn it around here. So, you know, fantastic start from the folks here. I look forward to a day of good games ahead of us.
And I do as well. It seems like the players are just about to get into our second game, just picking their teams. Reminder, things are getting scrambled up a little bit. We'll have different players on the home and away. So an opportunity for any of these players to put another 20 points on their board, as it looks like the players just hopping into the lobby now. We get underway for our second round of Super League Soccer. And in the center field, Duddy-Dud and Roby, the ones to kick this off.
After that first game, I'm really excited now.
Okay, so the
we'll see who can shine here
again.
And if they can keep their form strong here, again, we're seeing a lot of deep passes, but a hard cluster of all the players. Really want to keep that spread. All right, here is go. Our first breakaway. Do they have the stamina to go across the board here? The home team could come into a strong initial lead.
Flicks too wide to the left, and Duddy-Dud misses that shot out to Icy. A tough one there.
Yeah, and that's not going to stick there. Icy playing goalie this round, switching it up from offense in the last one. He's going to be the anchor man to stop those points from being scored.
You get that slide tackle every 3 seconds. Got to be precise at when you're trying to steal the ball. Okay, a chance for him against
lots of
Icy
stamina.
again.
Full breakaway.
Right side, it's too high.
Okay.
You get another chance as well.
Taken by the goalie, Icy. Great work.
Good work by the goalie. You got to catch that. You got to get them, charge them down, get the ball. If they're within the goal zone here, you have the power. Make sure to capitalize on that and ensure you don't let them get again. But wow, the home team unrelenting on offense here. I don't think away teams even had a shot on goal yet, while the home team has had full control the entire time. Yeah, good spin there, using those abilities wisely.
Nearly there. Icy saves it at the last second.
Gosh, Icy is just the ice wall here, not letting anything get in.
Another pass in. They just keep going. Poke, third chance of the game.
This one sticks. I mean, that is unrelenting here. Good work from Poke Dragon. I mean, they're going to have to step it up here. You can't rely on Icy this hard to just stop every shot here. We've already seen 5, maybe more shots on goal here. One was bound to go in.
But every kickoff, another chance. Roby in possession, and for the first time, a bit of offense going. The Death Eagle has possession. Switches back towards Max. Goal somewhat open. But the defenders do well, and they push it back the other way.
Yeah, all right here. Can this happen for the away team? As again, they lose control of this ball so fast. Okay, here we go. We got a breakaway here, finally.
Great cross.
Oh, look at that.
Amazing
Players down the field. They are ready. No offsides in this one. Roby, time to shine. Roll it back for the team.
Nice
fake. Look at that
cross.
That is what you want to do. You want to bait one direction for the goalie, make him use the dive, and then switch real hard, real fast back to this side of the goal.
I saw somebody on chat earlier asking Roby to lock in, and it looks like he read the chat and sure did.
Yeah, Roby is, again, a master gamer and a developer on his own. He knows every element of the Roblox world, creation as well as playing. Wonderful stuff.
Roby, one of the players who said he had never played SLS before qualifying to this event. Clearly learns quickly. You got to in this competition. Roby again in possession. Chance for back-to-back goals from this man. Can he make it happen? Defenders on him. A pass back wide towards mid, but possession changes over to line. Steal again. Roby might have it back here. Death Eagle, no, stolen. They keep getting so close, but the defenders doing well here from home.
The defenders of the Bloxy goal.
Yeah, Poke Dragon doing a good job here, actually shining in this game too here, coming to play for the home team. Wow, that goal!
Wow.
through 4 or 5 defenders. The Death Eagle threads the needle.
Roby, get
The one
them
you're-
in.
European at this event. You know, you'd think maybe a bit more.
We missed a few minutes in here, so we need to force fast. Okay, I don't know currently what is happening, but the internet somehow got fried when this was streaming. Yo, my game is in the Mega Finals. L Splash coming through. Okay, we must first to go enter.
That slide.
Done it up, might go for a second goal in a row.
Here's
2,
his
3
1v1
already.
against the
Tying
goalie
it up.
left side.
Hey!
Go, boys.
It's
Done it up,
Duddy
scored
lands
it.
it again. He's on fire this game.
Yeah, quick short shot. The goalie wasn't ready for it. Overshot the dive and could not get the defense. And we are closing in to a potential tie on another 30 seconds. Remaining in this round.
I mean, you can see the 2 forwards on the team each with 2 goals. A great choice
Okay,
in
I'm
their position.
currently scoring in
All right.
the
What
round.
are you focusing now? You think you want to play
28
defensive or go
seconds.
all out here in the last 30 seconds knowing you've got a tie game?
You got to go on the offense.
Yeah,
Duddy knows it.
These are the best players in the world.
yeah, it's true.
Ooh.
Go for that win. Don't risk it in the free shots. You don't want to have free kicks.
Lime wants his chance here. Poke Dragon keeping possession for home. Is there anyone to receive that? Up front, Duddy Dud.
The striker.
Could he close it out?
The
Back to
striker
back,
from
the goal.
Bloxicola.
Can we do the Olympic kick?
Oh,
Barely misses out.
Oh,
And with
near
only a few
miss.
seconds left, it goes back down the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, that was a hard, low probability goal there,
Right.
but the ball's moving down.
And it's overtime.
And it's again another tie into the free kicks. Let's see what we got here.
Poke Dragon
Tense.
baiting
Oh.
out.
Oh, that was
Great
a
movement.
strong bait.
Already in
Pulls
goal
the goalie completely
already.
out with a whiff dive and gets an easy tap in.
Okay, Death Eagle, go on.
Death Eagle here. Let's see if he can continue his streak.
Humble
Boom,
shape.
there's that penalty
Ah.
crossover from the Death Eagle. He has got a good look here. Really baits goalies well.
Makes it look easy.
Good
Yeah,
on
he
these
does.
goals. Chafe, the goalkeeper, hero of the first match. He's good again.
Shoot,
goals in a row
cooking it
for home.
again.
Yeah, you can see they've really developed a better strategy here, going again in overtime. They've
Let's
all
go,
had to
let's go.
practice.
One, don't.
Oh, they definitely learned from game 1. No one is missing.
Ooh,
Nice
Icicle
save, though.
misses one there. That's a
Yeah.
little rough. The goalie finally coming out here, not as warmed up as the rest of the players.
Oh,
We had a chance for redemption, but Duddy Dud sneaks it by. 3
XQC.
goals landed in a row.
Yeah, this could be
Roby,
time for them to
Roby.
really shut this
Please
down.
go.
If this goalie pulls
Yo,
off this
yo.
defense. Oh, and he does! This is now a dangerous
Shake.
scenario. Do or die.
Shea
Ooh.
Farnaway looking like the strongest
hope,
goalie
no hope.
today.
All
Definitely.
right, if he puts
Oh,
this
oh.
in, it's game over.
Icy, tough position, can't save it.
Wow.
4
Just
goals
like
landed.
that.
already.
And it is over.
Home.
Home team.
All right, so we got on this team, Antarel, Death Eagle. I don't know if I saw the names here, but we're going to see it shortly after the judges tally up some scores. We will go back to the board and show you guys where the standings are. But here are our players
Lime
here.
is funny, not
Fantastic
You're deserving
performance from
for star, my
everyone.
man.
Some spirits higher than others.
Shafe only got 16
Okay,
points in
Icicle,
TTI, but
what
thus
is wrong
far
with
he's
you?
won both
You're
matches
getting
here in Super League Soccer.
three
He's
point-
starting to compete with some of those top players
3.4.
now. Goes to show there's always time to come back here.
Yeah, and again, you're never out here. Again, we've got many games on our way on what is a crazy Roblox octathlon today.
Oh my
So let's see
goodness,
those
I'm
scores from
running
match
it.
2.
All right, so a couple players undefeated here. Lime, Shafe as well as Poke
Jeff Eagles,
Dragon are
20.
all looking good there. But Lime and Shafe, the 2 members to win both matches back-to-back in Super League Soccer.
You know, when the folks needed that, I'm seeing a lot of the current leaders on the loss for that round. So that means the points are swinging back to the folks who need it most. An impressive display here on round 2.
Yeah, those guys trying to go 3-0 into this third round if they even can end up on the same team. Again, it's randomized every time of how these teams lay out. So we'll wait for the players to shuffle back in and have one last round here in Super League Soccer.
Wait,
I'm
what?
liking the development
Third
we're seeing
round?
throughout. I think they did a much better job this time of setting up for some of those passes, especially the home team.
Absolutely, yeah. The whole team. I mean, leading as striker scored 3 goals that game. Along with Shape's amazing saves, definitely deserve that win.
Yeah, you're going to be happy to have either of those guys on your team going into the last round. Still some players who have yet to take home a game here in Super League Soccer. Icy, Poke Dragon, those guys definitely have the pressure on them as we head into this final round.
Yeah, they'll need it because they had such a strong showing in that first round here. To fall in Super League Soccer is a little rough. But hey, it's a whole day of competition ahead and not the last chance here. Well, folks, this was an exciting one. Super League Soccer has been a wonderful game here. Some fun facts about Super League Soccer. It is one of the top sports games on Roblox. And actually, the governing body of soccer for North America, Central America, and the Caribbean actually released a mascot through Super League Soccer specifically. That was their major announcement. So it's exciting to see these actually large governing bodies using Super League Soccer as a way to talk to their fans and do some major releases. So it is a legitimate and recognized game in the world of soccer.
And up there with some of the iconic Roblox games we're playing today. The super classic ones, like the way we're ending, of course, with Tower of Hell. This is a relatively new game, but it's definitely taken off very quickly. Similar vibe to Dress to Impress.
Correct.
Let's take a look back and see some of the highlights from that second game. It was a very exciting one here, and you.
Yeah, taking a look here.
Highlights.
I can't tell whose costume that is, but there's Roby. Yeah, Roby coming in strong at the beginning with 2 goals, right? So unfortunately, he has not won a game.
Yeah, that is painful to see. Such strong individual play here, but could not actually eke out the win. Look at another breakthrough, and that goal was beautiful.
That was beautiful. I love that one.
Yeah.
You got to feel bad for Shafe there. He dove just past the ball. Almost had that one.
To get past Shafe, I mean, it's not an easy task, so Roby's 2 goals are very impressive.
Yeah, Duddy Dud as well. I mean, I feel like we can't say enough good things about him in this one. He's looked so good on that offense.
Yeah, definitely needs to continue playing the striker for the next game.
Yeah, we've got some good stuff here. Maybe we can learn a little bit more about our players here. We're taking a brief pause here to get our next game ready. I know they've come from a lot of different places all over the world, or some from around the world, some from Canada, and a handful of them all from here in America.
Yeah, I believe we have a Canadian, and then we have one guy, the Death Eagle, coming from Lithuania. Everyone else here is living in America. We have a Korean American as well, born in South Korea. So a pretty diverse group of guys here from different places around the world and around the country to come out and compete today.
Yeah, we had some fun stuff. The Death Eagle on camera right there, you know, really impressive player. Not only did he come all the way from Lithuania, he actually turned 18 on the plane ride over 2 days ago, which is required for this competition. So we were excited to see that. That was fate. What did you do on your 18th birthday?
You mean yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. That's right.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no one does, but I bet you didn't compete for $1 million. So that is an exciting twist on an 18th birthday that a lot of us don't get a chance to do.
Very jealous. I'm very jealous of these guys.
Yeah, well, I think they put in the work, and it's paying off here. Nothing like a couple thousand hours of real playtime dedicated and focused on the skill.
We're actually playing the games here today. A lot more about solving puzzles and having to do some really challenging stuff to make it through.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing through 25 events, these contestants, as well as 100+ million, had to compete over solving intricate puzzles, solving clues, solving tests, and actually dealing with a handful of missions across all of these games. The competition took over a week and hours of gameplay, and it was really a collective thing. We had some pretty master puzzle solvers build these internally, including a handful of PhDs within the company who specialize in puzzle algorithms. And what's wild about that, some of our top players here actually completed those puzzles over twice as fast as the PhD masters internally at Roblox who helped construct them and peer tested with each other. So really, like, unfathomable talent when it comes to completing complex puzzles.
Yeah, I think it's so cool as well. Some of the different backgrounds. A guy like Icicle here, he's native to the area, grew up in the Bay, but he went to college for robotics, and he said like one of his biggest hobbies is like web puzzles, is riddles, is trying to solve challenges like that, as I imagine looking at robotics would be a similar thing there as well. So pretty cool that he got to cash in on that skill set, but now gets to show a pretty different one with actually playing a competitive game and coming out here. All these guys have had different backgrounds. They've obviously played a ton of Roblox, but for most of them, this is going to be one of their first times playing an in-person competitive event like this, and certainly will be the biggest one any of these guys have ever played.
I like that you guys just gave out some facts about where the players are from, because now the chat is going to supporting their home countries of Lithuania, the US, and Canada, along with Team Bloxy Cola or the Witcher's Brew. So a lot of competition in the chat as well. Very exciting.
Yeah, we have 2 Canadians as well. Poke Dragon hailing from Saskatchewan, and then another player in here, Anonymous Lime, coming over from Ontario as well.
I'm rooting for Canada.
Yeah?
Canada. That's where you're living right now, and you. Yeah.
Yeah.
The folks don't know.
First time revealing it.
Okay. Now we know.
No one could ever guess. I imagine. Are you rooting for Lime then? Another guy from Ontario?
I am rooting for. Honestly, I'm rooting for Roby. I think he deserves some points in this competition. He's been doing really well, scoring the goals. So I hope to see him win the next game.
Yeah, a lot of our players, when they talked about their expertise, I would say the most common games they told us was Tower of Hell. Tons of Obby players, you heard it in the intro.
Yeah.
And Rivals as well, our penultimate game, the first-person shooter arena game there. So for a lot of these guys, it's a matter of being great and being confident in the later stages of the tournament, but you still need to make it there. There's 10 players in this competition. 6 are going to get eliminated in this qualifying round. And even then, you have to play a driving game before you even get to some of the ones you're going to be the most comfortable with. And even when you are there, it's going to be the highest pressure you've ever felt playing those games.
Yeah, as a reminder from the folks at home, we are a couple minutes, or hopefully seconds away from our final game of Super League Soccer. And this will be the first time we progress a player. So the first rounds of this are going to be a progression based, as you heard from us earlier. But just a reminder for the folks just tuning in here, we're going to be closing out one more match of Super League Soccer, and we will progress our first player who will be in the top 4.
Our players that we're looking at to be the most likely to make it here are going to be Death Eagle, 66 points, Jay, 63, and Dudidut at 60 points as well. Those are the front runners right now. Remember, a win in Super League Soccer gives you 20 points. There's no bonus points for being the best goalkeeper, being the best person who's going offensive and actually hitting those shots into the goal. So it comes down to how well your team can do. And let's say all those guys ended up on the same team, it would be the Death Eagle, thanks to his great performance in DTI, who would be the first qualified member.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's
Only
right.
for this round.
Only for this one, and then no more teams.
Free for alls.
Then the friendships end. But yeah, the top 9 are within 20 points of each other. So again, it is anyone's game. You definitely want to get that win here and secure your spot early on in this competition.
That you do. For some context, one of our players is having an issue with their headphones. We have our admins looking into it right now and working through that issue. We'll give you more updates as soon as they're available. We do want to make sure that everyone has properly working equipment and the field is perfectly fair before we start another round with stakes as high as this.
So for anyone at home wondering why we're yapping, that's why.
Very concise, thank you. All right, well, it seems like we are still going to be waiting just a bit to get into that one. So why don't we go ahead and check in with our correspondents, Geach and Sabrina. How you guys doing? What do you think of Super League Soccer thus far?
Oh my gosh, we screamed whenever Roby hit the ball right over Shape. We were actually back here screaming. That was really intense. That match was amazing. I actually haven't watched a gameplay of Super League Soccer, so I thought that was really entertaining.
Yeah, and I'm not a big sports girly myself, but that move, my heart is still pounding from some of these moments. I've been in here taking notes, it's that real. Really impressed by Death Eagle, watching all of this gameplay. I mean, I don't have the coordination. You'll hear me say that a lot today. I don't have the coordination for something like that, but I feel like I've been literally watching the World Cup or something just on the screen via Roblox. It's so cool. It's amazing. It's been so fun to watch back here. I know everybody.
I have a fun fact for you.
Oh, yeah?
About the World Cup, by the way. Super League Soccer hosted an in-game integration with FIFA for the launch of the Club World Cup trophy, which is taking place in America this summer.
Rightfully so, because look, I mean, you would think that I was out here in South America screaming from the streets the way I've been hollering back here. I'm surprised.
She's not kidding. I'm just
Yeah, I hope I don't scare you.
No,
please,
you didn't.
Bring me back.
It's been very entertaining.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. Who do you think so far? Who have you been impressed by so far?
I am rooting for Roby, Death Eagle. I really liked Jay in Dress to Impress.
Jay has some good looks in Dress to Impress.
And Death Eagles, obviously, the last one was the really
the ice princess fairy.
The two wing thing was very impressive.
That was a good technique. It's always good in Dress to Impress to try and see how you can layer your stuff to make it look more exciting and more fancy, more cutesy, more demure. I'm not good at that at all. That's not my thing. I'm not a fashion girly, as you can see.
Shall we take a look at what the chat is saying?
Yeah, let's see. What's the chat saying
All right,
today?
chat, who do you think is going to win this next match? Let's see what they all say.
When we came in, I saw a lot of people rooting for Death Eagle, which I can understand why after seeing
I've been seeing a
that
lot of
gameplay
Shafe as well.
Yeah,
a lot of fans of Shafe, Death Eagle, Chicken Jockey. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Blox Fruits. Yes, Blox Fruits is a great game.
Blox Fruits?
Okay.
Lithuania. We've got some Lithuania. Okay.
It looks like the chat is enjoying this, though. Go ahead and hit the like if you are watching.
All right, so Sabrina, if your avatar in Roblox had a soccer celebration, what's that gonna look like?
Oh my gosh. It's probably gonna be sort of like a big galaxy explosion.
I can understand. All right, so we're going to go ahead and kick it back over to our casters so we can get this last match started for Super League Soccer.
Okay, I've been a sign for a little while.
All right, folks, we are back here. Hopefully, we are closing in on the opening of this last match here, but a couple more seconds for you to enjoy the soothing sounds of our voices with our faces. It's a wonderful thing.
We just take a look at, stare at J Party's beautiful face.
Yeah, that's a real stall content. For some context, viewers at home, they're still sorting out some of these tech issues, making sure the monitors and the headsets for one of our contestants is working perfectly. I pulled up some trivia for you guys. You guys are Roblox experts, right? Would you consider yourself such?
Yeah, absolutely. A historian.
Would you consider him an expert?
Yeah, and you is, regardless of his opinion on it, he is a master of all things.
Don't put me on the spot.
All right, I'm going to ask some questions. Just slap the desk to buzz in. This one should be easy. What year was Roblox officially released to the public?
2006.
Here you go.
I'm going to say 2006.
Ding, ding, ding. Good job, NU. That's the first point to you. Another year question. What year did Roblox introduce the ability to create and sell game passes?
Okay, I know this one. It's about the birth of the expansion of our developer program. I believe it's 2012.
You're correct. Another one. This one about number of players. And chat, you guys should play along too. Write in chat who you think this is. See how well you know Roblox. Which game on the Roblox platform holds the record for the most visits as of 2024?
It's probably the wrong answer, but I'm gonna say Blox Fruits.
Incorrect.
That is correct. I'm curious. I'm going to give the folks on the chat a couple seconds to respond here. I think they know this one, and it is a surprising favorite amongst the roleplay community, if I know correctly, as I do love numbers, and that is...
How are they doing, Enya?
Brookhaven.
That chat?
Yeah, what they get? They get it right. The answer, I believe, is Brookhaven.
The chat is still rooting for the players.
We're still rooting for players.
Good for them.
Yeah,
that's what they should be doing. I love to see that passion coming out. All right, another historic question. What was the original name of Roblox before it was officially launched?
Oh, this is a fun one. The folks...
Dinoblox.
For chat. I wonder if they do know this one.
Yeah.
I might even be wearing those socks.
I
Oh, no, wait, I'm not. We didn't. It's different ones. I believe it was called Dinoblox.
You're correct.
Dinoblox was the original, and it was a physics simulator at the very start here. It was a pretty impressive little creation here to kind of demonstrate science and physics to kids and everyone around the world to kind of learn. I mean, it turns out if you allow logic into a block, you can pretty much make any game the world has seen. Yes. And that's kind of the origin, I think, of all video games. And we saw it here in Roblox kind of evolving over the years from the old world of Dinoblox into the Roblox we have today. A full-fledged game engine. So, you know, for the folks at home, we're waiting. Go ahead, open studio, start publishing your own experiences, and find out what it means to create and build some of the coolest things around in the world.
What experience do you guys have with actually building games? Have you spent any time in the creation studio and tried that out much?
Yes, actually, I have. I went through a tutorial with some of the developers here at Roblox. They went through a simple one for me, but they threw out some terms that were very complicated. I did not retain any of that information. So whoever can make games in Roblox are very smart.
It's so impressive what people actually put together and how much work it takes. I know you get to work with the devs on a day-to-day basis. It must be special to see what creative things people put together in this Roblox game.
I do, and it is fascinating to know our developers from around the world. They are incredible folks who do awesome and wonderful things, but they're also good people. I think that's such a fun part of Roblox. A lot of our creators are building things they want to play, they want to create. It's both a hobby and a profession for them, so we see incredible stuff.
Yeah, and for this tournament as well, we had to ask a lot of developers to change things up about their games and make modifications for this tournament, and it seems like everyone was pretty willing to do that as well.
All right, folks, so here's the deal. We are trying to ensure this is a fair competition as much as possible, and I believe we're ready to get back in it. But to solve some of this out, we're going to be removing the headsets for this next round of Super League Soccer here to ensure it is an even playing field for all 10 of our players. And guess what? I think they're on the pitch.
Oh my, the third round.
And a last chance to make it. 2 players competing for that top spot. Duddy Dud and Death Eagle. One of
Eagle,
them will
what?
be able to be the first making it through. That or 3J.
One.
Who's going to be on the same team here. Mad Max in possession, sends it up, good pass, but a little too wide. No one super well in position to receive. Another pass going back. Chance for a goal, and it's not in. Schaefer again on the defense end.
Once again.
Yeah, almost bobbles the ball from the goalie there. Thankfully, he recovers that, and it is out of there. Another chance for another play.
I'm looking for Roby.
Yeah.
Which team is he on?
A crowd favorite, again, without a win under his belt and maybe the most goals on the field. Hopefully, Roby gets his big break soon.
He's going to be back on the green team there, joined by Duddy Dud. Jay as well, rocking with the home team.
Indeed. Again, a little slower of a start here. No one really securing those quick goals in this third game here. I'm sure the defense is starting to shore up and understand the strategies from all the players.
Good defense from Lime. A new person stepping into the goalkeeper position.
That's true. This is the first time with Lime here, and I know they discussed briefly beforehand who would be the goalie as they need to rotate that with their new teams.
The
quick
looks like a lot of
turnovers here.
fouls there, but nothing being called. What is happening?
Where is the referee? Those slide tackles are not coming in from the correct angle.
It is vicious in this game. The only way to chase possession other than a missed pass is to just go for those slide tackles. Not going to get the red card.
Oh, and definitely, not in the sweet spot. I know they try to put it just out of the goal box here. Definitely a specific strategy tied to SLS, and that's what you got to understand here with the best players in the world. Understand the mechanics perfectly well, and we see that kind of sweet spot in the corner. When you don't have an out-of-bounds mechanic, it's definitely where you want to put it for some of the safer passes.
Let's check in with Jay, one of our top performers thus far. Passes it to his goalie, and he'll send things back into the middle yet again. This one a bit more reserved from our teams than the first. But maybe a chance here? No. Shafe, again, very good on the defense.
Yeah, closing in on that first minute. It has passed. We are still 0-0. Low scoring by far, and really low shots on goal in general. Nothing too serious. It's been pretty casual.
Boring than the BBC.
Maybe that long pause really slowed down their adrenaline.
Absolutely. Gave the players time to breathe here. And I think, again, we're seeing a bigger plan. These folks are learning just as much as we are, again, how they play, how they perform, what the strategies are. But here's going to be the first way.
Death
Eagle
our
scoring
top
in,
player
boy.
in the standings thus far. Death Eagle with 66 points. If he can win this game, he would bring home the first spot in the top 4 for himself, and he wants to do it with his own hands.
I know, we've talked a lot about his skill in so many competitions. If anything, the players maybe need him to get out now. Give other people a chance here, as he has demonstrated. He has a strong fortitude for a broad array of game types.
It is truly a luxury to qualify this early. But it seems like there is a bit of a technical problem with the match for...
Yeah, we knew the technical problem. And
with that, so you can understand who they are.
And it matches the monitor back there, so you can kind of reference to Van and you.
Yeah, can I get one of those after this is done?
We
We're just stealing off their backs. I like those jackets.
Well, don't let him in the player room. He's going to start pickpocketing people for jackets.
If somebody wins the $1 million, they could afford to give me their jacket.
I want to see if we could take another look at those points maybe, because we're starting to get to the point, like we were talking about, where the first player is going to qualify their way into things. And every time you win at Super League Soccer, you get 20 points. You see it thus far for Shafe and Duddy Dud, but the overall standings right now have the Death Eagle and Jay and Duddy Dud as the top 3 players. So basically, if any one of those players is to win this next round, and they don't have someone with more points than them on the team, that's basically their ticket into the top 4. So definitely important things to look at and important players to keep watch on as we get into this final round of Super League Soccer.
Exciting times. But don't worry, after that, we're going to be playing some blade ball. We're going to be playing some slap battles. And, of course, doors to round out this progression system in the first set.
I want to ask you guys, we got a lot of games today. What are you most excited to watch?
My favorite on the list is definitely Blade Ball, and that's coming up next, so I can't wait to see that.
Why do you like it so much?
I like that it's fast-paced, action-packed, and not a lot of teamwork because I'm not into that. I like individual competition, so I like to see that bring out the fierce competitor in these players. So I think that would be very exciting. A lot more shouting in the back, probably.
Yeah, Blade Ball is an exciting game of reaction speed. You know, I'm pretty excited for Rivals myself. I know we've talked to a lot of these players. Rivals is one of their favorites, but I think as just an internal employee, we play a lot of Rivals. It's actually how promotions are decided within Roblox. Fun fact here, so always ensure you're on a team where you're better than your boss at Rivals.
How do I apply?
I know.
That sounds like a great job.
You would love it. So that's going to be a real exciting thing to hear.
I think I have to agree on Rivals. When I was prepping for this event, I played all the games, and I gave myself like a good few hours to practice them all, and I think I spent half the time.
Yeah,
just
we
playing
do
Rivals.
like the
'Cause I got a win streak going, and I was like,
but
I
the
can't
whole
stop
different
now.
luck
It's just,
thing.
it's really addictive. I love how the movement has so much skill expression in it. You can really go back and forth with the slides. You can out-movement your opponent in a lot of ways. And with that main AR only having 20 bullets, precision, movement, it's all super important. So a super fulfilling game to play, and one that, even for players that hadn't played it before, I think a lot of them had the same feeling we did, that it was one of those games that just gets you hooked once you start playing.
Yeah, high adrenaline, high-paced play, and a fun competitive mode to boot. It's really got the perfect recipe.
Looks like it's 2-1, Rivals versus Blade Ball. I want to see what the chat says. Let us know what your favorite games are on here today.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of them. You know, in the meantime, I think we might just toss it over to our correspondence team. I know they've had some time to think, some time to talk. What's going on over there?
Hello, J Party. We are just talking about our experience in this event ourselves, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not good at any of these games. So I already know my strengths, and I just, when the hunts start, I do my thing. I jump in. I just kind of like dibble and dabble here and there, nothing too serious. But Sabrina, you actually had a chance to, you got all the tokens, right?
I got all the mega tokens. I did. I think I did a total of 19 hours streaming live. It's not as long as some other people. However, I did have the help of the community, so I had a little bit of people helping me through.
W community. Which would you say was the most challenging game?
Oh my gosh, definitely pressure. I literally, there's a clip of me screaming. I'm like, no, like because I tried for 4 hours straight before I beat it. Yeah.
What?
So I got the mega token after like 4 hours. Yeah. They did nerf it though, so.
Did they nerf it before or after you got the mega token?
After.
Of course.
After.
Because that's how it goes. That's what happens. And so when you were working through that, did you have your community helping you with that as well, or were you just
and they were just giving me moral support because I was literally just doing the same thing over and over and dying over and over. Yeah.
And you did.
But I became a pro by the end. Like I felt like my last run was so good. I should upload it as a video.
You definitely should, because after 4 hours, Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta put it out there for the people to see. So how did you actually what was your intro to Roblox? How did you get into Roblox?
I started in 2017.
You
I
might
had
be
a
wait
gaming
until
channel
the third
already.
round of the Super League Soccer final over.
You should try Roblox. You should
And I
play
need to
Roblox.
first
I actually played it with my
stop
little brothers at
stream,
first.
sadly.
And then I was like, this is kind of cool. There's so many games. And it just, within like that year, we became Roblox exclusive. DJ and I.
Nice.
My boyfriend,
I'm a bit scared
also
tonight.
was part of the channel Terabyte Games.
Shout out to DJ. Yeah, so similar to me as well. I actually started because of my children. Hi, children. Yeah, so it was one of those things, where they kind of introduced me to it. It's, of course, Mommy, you should play this game with us. And then I get on, and now that's like all I do is play Roblox.
That's awesome. That's such a good thing to bond over.
It is. It's really cool, and it's nice because it's you can there's such a wide range of options when it comes to Roblox. Everybody who knows me can tell you I drive them nuts all the time. I'm just constantly preaching the gospel of Roblox.
What's your favorite genre of game on Roblox?
Horror.
That's your favorite?
Yes, I love horror. I like horror games.
So you like doors?
So about that.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll talk more about that later.
We'll get to that later. But yeah, while we wait to get into that, we're gonna go ahead and get back to our caster so we can watch this last match of Super League Soccer. Thanks, guys.
All right. We are back again, folks, and hopefully we are getting through things here. We are just checking out what's going on in-game and hopefully testing the replacement equipment to ensure the playing field remains even.
Yeah, so it's going to be our third round of Super League Soccer. Reminder of the stakes, our first player that qualifies to the top 4 double elimination rounds will be decided here. The player with the highest points at the end of our our final round of Super League Soccer will be that player making it through. So exciting stuff here. And let's talk about some of those guys who are going to be the focus here as well. And actually, we're ready to go. Let's get into the game. Enough yapping from us. Let's start this last match of Super League Soccer. It looks like the players just getting their ready checks right now and getting set on the teams. I can't wait on you.
Yeah, and just to go back, a couple minutes ago, I asked the chats what their favorite game is, and it looks like the most popular answer is Doors. So all three of us are wrong.
Doors is fun.
Yeah,
all
Doors
of us.
is great. So stay tuned, everybody. Doors is coming up really soon.
Yeah, Doors will be the deciding match in this one. But for now, the deciding match of this first session is underway. As guess what? They're on the pitch. The players are ready. Let's get this kickoff here. Again, the final round of Super League Soccer.
Let's
the
go.
first winner will be chosen here. And boy, you get a long break if you win this first cluster.
Okay.
And our two strikers, the two center fielders.
The match definitely said it.
And of course, on the other side, the Death Eagle.
Death Eagle Roby.
Trying to compete to make it into that top 4.
Yeah, Dud showing he's not a dud in this game at all here. Doing a great job. I believe scoring our inaugural goal of the entire set here. Let's see if he can do it again in this game.
Can I just make a prediction here? We got Dud. Oh!
I mean, he's not going to let you talk, and
Dud just scored the first goal.
He started us strong here, and he wants to qualify.
Hey, my answer has not changed. Definitely the away. They got Dud and Roby on the same team. Two amazing strikers. I feel like they can pull this off.
Yeah, this is his chance. The Roby comeback here. He deserves it. He's been doing such a great job here. And look at this. The team gets the breakaway again. Can the away team do it?
Jay and the Death Eagle are two top players thus far on the same team here.
1-1.
Yeah, we'll see.
Nearly another goal there. That would have tied the game. But not today. Death Eagle has it back in possession and will pass to his teammate off the side.
Oof.
That pass was a little dangerous.
That was a dangerous. The old crossover on your own goal there.
Set up for another one, though. Pass back to Death Eagle. Oh, we can't get it. Goes a little bit wide. No.
He's got it.
Death Eagle.
It looked like it went in, but it didn't.
It was very close.
An attempt there, a little short. Not the Death Eagle's usual style of cross goal. He kind of kept that one a little too short and easy, and they were able to recover it.
Wow, great teamwork there by the away team. A lot of amazing passes.
That's a scary spot. When you see the cluster just gathering on the net, it's hard to tell what's really going to happen there. It's a good chance for the offense to get a score.
Looking at this match, on your home team, you have the Death Eagle with 66 points. On the other side, Dud has 60 points on the away team. If Homer away wins, their respective top scoring player will be the first one qualifying. So especially for those two, this is where their performance counts.
Everyone must be really hungry for this win.
Yeah, we're hearing a lot of commercials from the players in the back. Passions are high here. Slip and fall results in a quick goal.
That's 2 goals in a row for Dud.
The world's greatest
2 goals
striker.
in a row.
The away team showing they came to play in this round here. Dud gets the 2 goals for his team so far. Off to a really strong start, but again, with 3 minutes remaining, we've seen major comebacks.
Dud is truly doing this for himself, trying to get himself in.
Yeah, again, his own breakaway. We'll see if we see that backboard shot. No, I like it. Baits in the defender a bit, but it's not enough. Jay gets the steal, and it's out.
Here's a chance at offense. This game has been all about our top scorers, but maybe a new member stepping up. Antarell needs to score some more points in this group stage, and with the help of Icy, here's his chance. Open goal! It's in!
No, it is not, but the chaos continues here. A dangerous spot, and they're going to get it out. I think that's the right move here. Just get some time to breathe. Death Eagle is a one-man army here on offense.
Someone swoop it out.
Antarell again takes possession, passes to Icy. That duo back at it again. Can they land it? No! Lime, good on the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an important goal to save there. You really want to keep your hopes alive here. 2 goals is nothing to catch up to. That 3rd goal gets a little dangerous.
We proved it in our first game. It was an 0-2 comeback to make it to overtime there.
Yeah.
Great save by Anonymous Line.
Yeah, you're not going to get the charge down on the
Death
goal.
Go.
Wow.
Save.
Death Eagle cannot catch a break.
I know. He's trying his hardest here, but the offense has been rock solid for the away team.
It is really tough for Jay and Death Eagle here. They're going up against Shay. He's been the best goalkeeper of the day.
Roby went from an amazing striker to a great defender, really holding it down for the away team.
Yeah, and they need some of their best players there trying to play defense on the Death Eagle, who shows that he is unrelenting on offense.
Antarell's done well. A couple key steals for him, but he's yet to actually get a goal off of it. Another steal, but it's back into the possession of the home team, and again, they steal it out of the clutches of the Poke Dragon.
And here's the his best shot at it. And it's easy peasy. Death Eagle keeping their hopes alive.
2-1.
He is unrelenting.
2-1.
He wants to keep that first spot in the competition so bad.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is important. It would be nice for him to get out early, get a little rest,
Are we
stretch
gonna
the
do
fingers
this
out,
off for
take a sip of
Korean
water, and watch the
scoring
rest of your
system
competitors
later?
compete. Really see who the competition's going to be in the finals.
And it's just serendipitous that, again, it's Death Eagle and Dud on the kickoff together. Those two trying to make that qualification happen here. Dud back on the offense. No one defending
get
but
out
that
of my
goalie.
chair.
However,
Not sure what that was.
home team's going to be a little ahead of it, and they'll pass back to the goalie safely.
Yeah. Easy exit, end that play. Oh, no, the goalie gets a missed kick.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Bit of a fumble there. Lime had his chance, tried to send it back up the middle, but a great position played in from Icy.
That was an actual mistake there from the
Which
goalie.
is brutal.
Played it too short and on a missed pass. It just comes right back to his team.
Same two players up at the kickoff.
Yeah. And
Okay,
again,
Dragon this time.
still down by 2 with a minute remaining. This is not over yet here. They're going to need to step up that offense as we see the Death Eagle again trying to get in position. Oh, but Dud plays it well. Slight delay allows him to break away with the ball.
Dud is still on the offense, even though they're up by 2. Oh, no, looks like he's killing time.
Yeah,
he's doing well at it. Down to 40 seconds. Tried to pass it out, but stolen by 3J at the last second. They need goals, and they need them quickly. 40 seconds to try and lock this up. But Antonel again, they're just killing time.
Lockdown defense by the away team.
Yeah, that was a big steal here. Very important stuff here.
On defense yet again.
All right, back down to the field. Another shot for offense. I think the Death Eagle needs a support player here. He can't do this again all on his own.
It is 3-on-1, so
my
Antorel with how many steals?
Antorel really came through in the clutch here as defense. That was a 3-on-1 and managed the steal and ends the play.
And that's just not enough time left. Dud. This is his opportunity. If they can wane down these last few seconds, they'll lock this game up, and that's time.
They're just standing still now.
The away team, they take things home, and that's
they win.
Our third place player heading into this round with 60 points. We'll claim 20 more, and that should be enough to put him ahead.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. We're going to let our judges tally some of those points in the interim. We're going to talk through some of the incredible things we just saw there.
There's that news. Death Eagle might need to join on the doors.
Soccer,
stuff,
our only team event in the day here, working together to start because things are going to get fiercely competitive right after this.
They absolutely are. Really impressive stuff across the board from our players. I think my biggest takeaway players were honestly just the 2 stars. Dud and the Death Eagle were both looking excellent on the offense this game, but you can't forget Shafe and Lime, honestly, in that last round as well, holding things down at the goalkeeper.
Antorel did great, played amazing defense there, but if I was Dud right now, I'd probably feel like the main character. That is just, I must feel on top of the world if I was him.
It's the game that mattered for him. He was just in that tight race to make it into the top 4. And that win there, of course, we have to officially tally it still, but that should be enough to push him across the line. And let's take a look at those scores and get official confirmation. And there it is. Dud takes home 40 points there from that one, but that's cumulative with their first points from DTI as well, where he had an additional 46 points.
Yeah, worth noting, Shafe, the only undefeated player in Super League today, holding it down with 60 points. You know, it's interesting. We didn't see as much of him on offense. He was a really strong defensive player and even a strong goalie.
Yeah, he had a pretty tough DTI as well. Only picked up 16 points in that round, but bounced back here in Super League.
Shape is the only...
That's a big opportunity for the comeback, which means a lot of our scores have shifted dramatically.
Still undefeated.
After this, we will do the full calculation and show you where we stand. And again,
he
we will
cooked the whole game.
The first progression in our tournament. And that player is going to go take a nice break in the back room, put their feet up, sip some water, and watch the competition from there until we get to the top 4.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really cool stuff there. The competition, though, only going to continue to heat up. We have a lot more games in this qualification round, but while we wait again for that final tally, let's go ahead and check in with our correspondence team.
Hello, thank you so much, Mimi. Geach, I have 2 questions for you. Number 1, do you call it soccer or football?
Honestly, Sabrina, it depends on whether or not I'm wearing socks. You see, if I have socks on my feet, I'm going to call it soccer because that just makes sense. But, you know, if I'm barefoot, you know, it's got to be football. It just makes sense. I mean, why I'm playing the game with no shoes on, you know, we're not going to get into that. Maybe it was a wild night.
We're not going to tell her. We're not going to tell her.
No.
Okay, I have another question. Number 2, who do you think was the MVP today?
You know, I'm not going to lie. It was different for me each round. So, like, the first round, I was really watching Icy. Icy's goalie work was insane. Like, just, he was really going for it. Second round. First round, it was Death Eagle. Just straight out of the gate, just the juking and just ripping the ball and taking the shots. Like, I was really impressed by Death Eagle all the way through. And then at the end, though, Daddy Dad came through and really just showed, I'm not here to play with y'all. This is a game, but I'm not playing with y'all today. I'm coming to win this $1 million.
I think Shafe also is putting on a very good game today.
Shafe definitely did a great job. Shafe's defense, except we gotta talk about the Roby shot. We gotta talk about the Roby shot.
Somebody's gotta clip that.
Listen, getting clipped and both of you are going to be forever immortalized in Roblox history. You know, not necessarily for the best reason, maybe, you know, but Shafe, you know, great job regardless. Like, I probably it would have gone the same way, real life or in Roblox for me.
I agree. All right, let's take it back to you. Thank you so much for answering those questions.
All right, folks, we are back again. Exciting stuff here as we draw to a close. The first 2 games, you saw it here, Dress to Impress and Super League Soccer, done and dusted. Now we're coming into our officially first contestant into our next round.
First contestant.
Mimi, you want to let the folks know who it is?
Let's do it. After our first 2 games played, we have our first player advancing to the top 4. It's none other than Duddy Dud. Congratulations to him. He'll have a chance to step back, take a bit of a break before coming back for the top 4. He's already one step closer to that $1 million.
All right, incredible stuff. Duddy Dud really showed up with some fantastic scores in both of our first games. Let's see if we've got the leaderboard. We can pull it up and see the total scores of the day. Always fun to see where our players stand. Duddy Dud advancing. I'll let you know his score was 80, so 4 points ahead of Shafe. And then a little bit of a stretch from the Death Eagle, but you see all top 5 of those players.
If he won that match
points,
instead of losing, he will be
soccer
first, and
mattered.
he will definitely
made the biggest difference because if I remember correctly, Death Eagle was very hard.
He will be advancing to the top 4.
He was the best player of D2I.
So
as we take a look back at some of the replays from Super League Soccer, we can think about some of the best players from it because Shafe, really, that guy, he went from 16 points in Dress to Impress to then rally back and win every single match of Super League Soccer. He was the only through line across our 3 victorious teams.
And here are Duddy Dud's goals for his last 3 matches. Incredible.
Yeah, showing it. He started the competition off in SLS making those goals, and he ended it making goals.
And
there's
I mean,
the Death Eagle.
With games so close, 2 of them going into overtime, you got to feel a little bad for the Death Eagle because he was performing so well, but only managed to actually get the win in one of these. It goes to show that no matter how good you are, it always comes down to just your team and how good they are. Let's take a look at Duddy Dud's reaction. This is him
Duddy Dud's face.
Feeling things out and getting that win there, and you see how excited he is when he found out he was progressing to the top 4.
Oh, man, that is awesome, folks. Well, there are still 3 spots left, folks, and I think we're getting ready to see it. And you want to tell us what game's coming up next?
Yeah, that's right. So with 3 spots left, no one's going to go down without a fight, though, definitely. I hope you're all ready for an absolute battle now because Blade Ball is up next.
Game 3, Blade Ball. There are 5...
Okay, so the game rules is 5 free fall matches, last contestant standing wins the match. The contestant with the highest cumulative score will advance to the round for first 15
for each
points.
match.
See yourself in there.
All right. We are getting ready for Blade Ball, and this is one of the hype games of the day, I will say. And you said it was a favorite of his, but I'll say it's one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, so what should we be looking out for here today? Is there any strategies, anything like that we should get excited about as we are about to hop into our first match here, and you?
Fast reaction time. Who can click their mouse the fastest?
That's all it comes down to. And who can click it at the right time? Because you misclick there, you mess up, you don't have the block.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that part.
Yeah, and here we are. We're into our first match.
Okay, guys, we have no other choice, but I don't think I can record the whole stream as of now because this was at night and at first I'm adding 1 a.m. still awake, just once having a normal day anyway. So see you guys, and so sorry guys, the rerun stream is must forcefully ended because of the time itself and mine's. I need to care of my health condition, so sorry everyone, the rerun stream is must first to be cut only at this way. See you guys at the next rerun stream, and I hope this not be as this night as this stream. Thank you everyone who joined stream.